Alright, so this Mezco 112 line is probably my favorite line to collect right now. It's also probably the most expensive line that I'm collecting right now. And when you drop 4 figures in 1 week, and I gotta pick between my mortgage or these toys, there's a problem. So Mezco, could you please work on your distribution a little bit better? Because I really can't afford more than 1 of these a month. 12 of these a year would be perfect, but I don't want all of them in the same month. Try to space it out a little bit. We're going to go ahead and start with this Daredevil. And I got a couple issues with this Daredevil. First off, on that Shadowland one, I actually passed on that. And the reason why I passed on it is because it's the same exact toy as this red one. The Shadowland one has a little bit different costume. And for 80 bucks, I want a brand new toy. It's not like this is a $20 Marvel Legends where they just repaint it and gave us a new head. That's $20. I understand them doing it. I don't like it, but I understand it. But when you want to sell me an 80 toy, I want a brand new toy. I don't want a bunch of reused shit for 80 bucks, okay? And some of them are 110, some of them are 130. 80 seems to be your cheap number. And on this Daredevil, I have never seen him wear these pads. I've never seen him wear this exact costume. I mean, do you guys change it because of licensing, or do you guys just feel like doing your own version of Daredevil? I'm cool with either one, like, because it actually looks good just the way it is, and that's the reason why I bought it. But if you're just going to repaint it the same thing and say, hey, it's Shadowlands, I'm not buying into that for 80 bucks. It's just not going to happen. Let's check out this Daredevil. So I got him up here on this stand, and these stands are amazing. Like, you can put these dudes in any pose you want, and the stands look great. They come with this big base. Didn't really like this big base at first just because it takes up a lot of space, but man, it really looks nice. So here he is, kind of in his action pose. That wire, whew, really nice. Put the battle damage head on him. He also comes with 2 other heads and a ton of hands. So it's basically, you got your rock and roll hand, your peace hand, your grab and booby hand, Spider-Man hand, and grabbing the stick hand. Let's get a better look at him. Alright, let's check out the detail on this thing. This is a battle damage head. This is like my favorite head that he came with. Looks really nice. They really did a good job. And these horns on these things are actually kind of soft. Like, I thought they'd be a lot harder. And these pads that I was complaining about earlier, I actually really like them. And he looks great just like this. And I don't know how they stick them on there, but they look great. And this is like a smaller body than like the Batman body. Is definitely a little different. And this body looks way better because he used to have this big ball here in his shoulder, like on Captain America. And that's gone now, so that looks really good in the shoulders. And on the other body that they use, it doesn't look nearly as good as this one. So they definitely improved on the body. I don't know how many different body types they use to put this clothes on, but this is by far my favorite one so far. And then on like on this elbow pad, like, it just stays on there. Like, I don't know how it's on there, but it stays on there really well. Like, that thing is not coming off. And the boots, there's no pin, like, to hold the ankle on. Tons of detail in there. The boot, like, tons of articulation on it. It goes up and down every angle. Sorry, my hands are dirty. I work construction. I tried to get that shit off before the video, and it just wouldn't come off. So I apologize for that. And then the only downfall on these toys is the seam on his back. And I don't really see how they could avoid it. And I'm not really going to look at the back of him anyways, but that's pretty much the only room for improvement on this toy, because it's spot on. Like, they really killed it. The articulation on this thing, it's exactly the same as all the other ones. I'm sure you've seen it before. I know you know how it works by now, so I'm not going to go over it. Plus, it just makes these videos take way too long. The articulation on them is great, and it's the same as it always has been. And then on the other heads, this is the head that actually comes on them, which that's also really, really nice. Like, it's pretty much a perfect head. It looks great. And then he has the unmasked head, which is cool, but I just can't see putting an unmasked head on an $80 toy. Like, I don't know, maybe when I get the yellow one, maybe I'll put this on one of them, but I really like that battle damage head, so I'm kind of torn. That's like if I would have got the Shadowland one, but I didn't. I guess I could have had one with each head, but I don't know. I don't feel like spending that kind of money on it right now anyways. But the sculpt on his head is great. And then these nunchucks, this thing is just awesome with that wire. Like, I thought that wire was too thin, but it actually works really well. Like, this thing is amazing. And then if you don't want to display it with the string, then you also have this one where they can hold it. And look, it just the texture and the detail. I know it's just a stick, but they did a really good job with that stick. So this thing comes with 3 heads. Alright, so as you can see, I really didn't need any more red Daredevils, but I really didn't have one on this level. This was the last Marvel Legends ones that I got, and I thought they did a really good job on him. And so you got this weird costume with the pads and stuff, and I was kind of like, I actually really like it, just not for the Shadowlands. Like, I'd actually expect a new toy for that, but I really like it. And as you see, like, none of these have those pads. Like, they pretty much all have the same exact costume on it. This thing was really cool. It had this stand. That's back when, like, Marvel Legends used to go the extra mile. You pull that string and that pull winds them up. It's pretty cool. Came with a candy cane. I don't know about that one, and that one came with that shitty shoulders. Anyway, I'm just trying to move along here. So these are all my red Daredevils. The Mezco, as you see, is by far the best one. Like, you just look at all those together. To me, he definitely stands out. He is the one. There's that Ben Affleck one. I actually didn't hate that movie. I know a lot of people did. And there they are. So as a comparison, you see that he's like right about 6 inches tall, just a little over 6 inches tall. So he's perfectly in scale with Marvel Legends. I'm really digging this Daredevil. Alright, this is how my Mezco is coming along. Here's my Batman. I just got that Wonder Woman because I didn't know that Mezco was going to make one. I wish I waited because this toy really sucks. More Batmans, Mutant Gang Leader. Got my caps over here. I'm trying to hide that Captain Rogers way in the back because that's probably the worst toy that they've ever made. And this might be one of the best toys they've ever made. Man, that stand is really nice. There's my Daredevil. That's my review. Thanks for watching.